Here's a shocking truth. When you pay with Apple Pay or tap your card, you're almost guaranteed to spend more than if you handed over cash. How much more? Research shows people can spend up to 20% extra, and for some purchases, it's closer to double. Most people have no idea this is happening, but it's not an accident. Companies know exactly what they're doing, and Apple has turned spending into a seamless, almost painless act. Today, we'll break down the hidden psychology behind Apple Pay, the science that makes it so powerful, and what you can do to stop overspending. The big question: why do people spend more with Apple Pay than with cash? It all comes down to how our brains process pain, pleasure, and money. Psychologists have studied this for decades, and tech companies have refined the results into design choices. The first principle is called the pain of paying. The pain of paying. When you hand over cash, you literally feel the loss. Your wallet is lighter, you see the bills leave, and your brain records the cost immediately. That little sting is what psychologists call the pain of paying. But when you tap with Apple Pay, that pain disappears. It's invisible. You tap your phone and the money is gone, but your brain barely notices. MRI scans have proven this. When people pay with cash, the brain's insula, the part that processes pain, lights up. With digital payments, that activation is muted. Less pain equals more spending. Detachment and delay. The second factor is detachment. Cash forces you to confront the transaction. With Apple Pay, there's a delay. You don't see the money leave until you check your bank statement later. By then, your brain has already moved on. It's the same trick casinos use with chips. People are far more willing to bet chips than real bills because chips don't feel like money. Apple Pay has turned every store into a mini casino, except this time, you're losing to your own spending habits. Frictionless design. The third factor is frictionless design. Paying with cash means counting bills, waiting for change, maybe fumbling with coins. That friction slows you down, and in those few seconds your brain can reconsider. Apple Pay erases that pause completely. One tap, purchase approved. That's not just convenience, it's strategy. Apple spends billions perfecting their ecosystem to feel effortless. And when buying feels effortless, resistance vanishes. Real-life examples. Think about your coffee routine. Paying $5 in cash makes you hesitate. You notice the bill leaving your hand. By Friday, you realize you've spent $25 on lattes. But with Apple Pay, just a beep every morning. No pause, no pain, no reflection. By the end of the month, you've spent $100, maybe more, without blinking. Starbucks has mastered this. Their mobile app works like Apple Pay on steroids. You load money in advance, you tap, and you earn stars. That small gamification triggers dopamine. You feel rewarded even as you spend more. Psychologists call this variable reinforcement. It's the same mechanism behind slot machines. Unpredictable rewards keep you hooked. The data. The numbers prove it. MIT researchers found people were willing to pay up to 100% more for the same item when using digital payments instead of cash. A UK study showed contactless card users spend 83% more per month than cash users. And it's not just coffee shops. Restaurants, clothing stores, and online retailers report higher average order values when customers use digital wallets. The easier the payment feels, the more we overspend. The bigger picture. This doesn't just affect individuals, it affects whole societies. Countries moving toward cashless systems often see rising consumer debt. Credit cards started the trend decades ago, but Apple Pay has accelerated it. Every tap, every swipe, every frictionless transaction quietly fuels debt growth. Here's the part most people miss. When you go cashless, you also lose the visual anchor of money. A wallet with fewer bills is a signal. You're running out. A bank account balance is just a number on a screen, and with Apple Pay, you're not even looking at that number until later. The result is what psychologists call spending blindness, a state where the cues that normally make us cautious simply vanish. More hidden psychology. It's not just pain of paying, detachment, and frictionless design. Apple Pay also exploits other mental shortcuts. Anchoring effect? $19.99 feels like under $20 when you tap, but it feels heavier when you hand over a crisp $20 bill. Hyperbolic discounting. Our brains overvalue immediate rewards and undervalue future costs. Apple Pay supercharges this bias because the reward is instant. The cost is delayed. Loss aversion. We hate losing money more than we like gaining it. With cash, the loss is visible. With Apple Pay, the loss is hidden, so loss aversion never kicks in. And there's another trap worth mentioning, the sunk cost fallacy. Once you load money into a digital wallet or rewards app, you stop treating it like real cash. That balance feels different, almost like free credits, so you spend more freely to use it up. The same thing happens with subscriptions. Streaming services or app renewals charge you automatically through Apple Pay month after month. Psychologists call this subscription creep, costs that pile up silently because you never feel them leaving your pocket. One study showed nearly 40% of people underestimate how much they spend on subscriptions every month. The less visible the payment, the easier it is to ignore. And the more likely you are to overspend without realizing it. Another case study, Amazon. Take Amazon's one-click purchase. It removes every barrier between desire and action. The fewer steps, the less time you have to reconsider. Apple Pay is essentially one-click purchasing in the real world. The moment you see something, you can own it within seconds. No thought, no pause, no friction. How to outsmart it. So what can you do? Here are some proven strategies. Use cash for problem areas. Groceries, coffee, restaurants. Try paying in cash for a month. You'll instantly feel the difference. Separate accounts. Link Apple Pay only to a small account dedicated to essentials. Keep discretionary spending capped. Instant notifications. Turn on alerts for every transaction. If your phone buzzes with each payment, the invisible becomes visible. Set friction back in. For big purchases, use a 24-hour rule. Add the item to your cart, wait a day, then decide. Reintroducing delay reduces impulse buying. Digital envelopes. Some apps simulate the old envelope budgeting method. You assign money to categories, and once it's gone, it's gone. Even in digital form, this reintroduces limits. Closing Apple Pay isn't just technology. It's psychology. It removes friction, hides pain, and delays awareness, all of which make you spend more. But once you understand these tricks, you can fight back. Now I want to hear from you. Do you spend more with Apple Pay, with cards, or with cash? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit like and subscribe to NeuroWealth for more videos on the hidden psychology of money.